With Splint's Friends and Foes program,
you can call your friends all you want.
And we'll charge it to your foes.
It's that simple,
whether it be your ex-wife or your boss, your abilities get paid for you.
By the people you hate the most. Give us a list of your friends and foes.
And we'll take care of the rest.
Splint, where you get revenge
and savings at the same time.
Welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host. And we're going on a quest for truth together. Here we are again, friends. It's Friday night and everything's right for the weekend. Crazy clothes and anything goes on the weekend. John called and Jim got soup. I made a date with little old you. Off we went to make a big dent on the weekend. Doon, doon, doon. Oh, it's great just staying out late on the weekend. Here we are, Friday night, baby. And we're at the Truth Quest where we're looking for that gall darn truth. Ever elusive it is. Don't you know? Oh, we know. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. Well, I hope you're all having a wonderful week. I hope you had a good week. I had a good week with the kids. They're in bed right now, and I hope they're sleeping. I hope they're sleeping. Well, anyway, we got a good show for you tonight, and I hope that you enjoy it. And I hope that you hit the old thumbs up and share this on out to your friends, family, and everybody else that you care about, even people that you don't know. What the heck? Send it on out there. See what happens. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. Well, let's go over to Chatlandia and see what's happening over there, shall we now? Chatlandia on the intranet, don't you know? And it's Catherine Weiss. She's one of our Ultramods, and she says, "Hi, Aaron." And and she also says, "I'll be over on YouTube tonight." Awesome. And then Kathy also says, "Hiya, Peggy." She's another one of our Ultramods. And I said, "Hi, Kathy." Okay. Very cool. And I said over there on YouTube, I said, "Hi, Kathy." And then Kathy says, "Hi, Aaron," over there on YouTube. See, she made it over there just like she said. And look who else is here. Why, it's Cap 78 Pack. Peggy Dancer, another one of our Ultramods. She says, "Hi, Aaron." "Hi, Weiss123, Kathy. I'll be here tonight." Very cool. We got the best Ultramods. And then look who else is here. Why, it's Valeronian, one of our longtime friends. Greetings, fellow Truth Questers. Greetings, buddy. And then Peggy Dancer, she's over there on YouTube. And she says, "Hi, Hot Games and Puzzles, Aaron." Catherine Weiss, "I'll be on Rumble." Cool. Very cool. And then I said, "Hi, Peggy." See, nice brief little welcomes that I give. And then I said, "Hiya, Valeronian." And, well, by the way, Valeronian left a novel's worth of comments on my last video. Not really a novel's worth, but very interesting about the Dropa stones. And I do recall seeing something about the Dropa stones. However, I don't think there's anything really conclusive about it. There's a lot of mystery and a lot of translations that every time something's translated, something gets added or taken out or misread, or, I don't know if they were aliens. They're just some kind of pygmy dwarf people on these Dropa stones. But go check out the last show and look at all of the very interesting comments that Valeronian and Rose Thistleart left. So go check it out. And then Kathy says, please like and share this video with your friends, family, and social media. Hit the old thumbs up because it helps the old algorithm and the algo beat and the algo melody. And it gives you something to do with your thumbs because we can't hitchhike anymore. I suppose you could, but I don't think anyone would know what you're doing with your thumb sticking out. Maybe someone driving by my age might know, but some of these young people, they might not know what that means. Maybe not. Thanks for putting that out there, Kathy. And then Valeronian says, hi, Catherine. Hi, Peggy. Hello, Aaron. Very cool. And then Kathy says, hiya, Valeronian. And Kathy says, hi, Aaron, over there on Portrait Channel. I didn't get over there. I just got the kids down. I usually have between a half an hour to 15 minutes before the show starts. And I had 5 minutes this time. So couldn't make coffee. And then Kathy says, hi, Aaron, over there on the Portrait Channel. And Cap 78 Pack says, hello, hiya, Valeronian. Oh, look, and it's at the BK. Fellow Mound West Tonka graduate says, hi, all. Hey, BK, how you doing? I got to go over and say hi to the BK. At TH, and it pops up just like it should. Okie dokie, Panoki. Alrighty then. Did I already put it up there? Yeah, okay. Okie doke. Good to see you, buddy. I hope everything's going well for you. And Catherine Weiss said, hi, the BK. Over there on YouTube. That's where at the BK is. And then Hot Games and Puzzles, that's me. I said, hi, at the BK. See, I just did that. It's already up there. How do you like that? And then Cap 78 Pack says, hi, at the BK. Well, all right. Well, we're all done with that. That little, oops, another one. And Valeronian says, hello, at the BK. He was class president. That's pretty impressive. Like, not even graduated yet, and he already is our president. How do you like that? Talk about success before you're even out there. He's already succeeded right there, but he went on to do other amazing things in the medical field. So very, very smart man. Very smart guy. Alrighty then. Okie dokie, Panoki. Well, oh, and you know what? At the BK, I know you showed some interest in my mom's birds at one point, and I have some here. Now, she's at the gallery here in Egg Harbor, Wisconsin, Angela Lench Gallery. And these are some of the ones that are in waiting to be sold. So let's see, maybe someone will like these, and here it is. There it is, and you can see there's a couple of, there's a cardinal, and the male and the female cardinals. I really like the female cardinals. I think they're just really pretty. Of course, they're not as loud as the males, but you know, the female has to be, in all bird species, they're a little less bright and flamboyant as the male version, because you know, they're in the nest when the eggs, they got to be camouflaged a little bit, right? And she's got a couple of saw-whet owls here, a hummingbird right here. She just started doing these not too long ago. You can get a better picture of them here. Here's a couple of robins, Now she's done a couple of Robins, but she hasn't done a Batman yet. Imagine that. And here's a couple more of the hummingbirds. And fun fact, did you know why hummingbirds hum? Very interesting. They hum because they don't know the words. And here is a raven. Look at this. I believe this is a raven. Angela Lynch has a crow, a full-size crow, and it's beautiful. And they were marveling over it. I don't know if it's sold yet or not, but we'll see. And 3 more saw-whet owls. This is her favorite bird to do right now. So she loves doing these saw-whet owls. So there you go. She's done so many. Do you know how many birds there are? There are an incredible number of different types of birds and ducks, and she's done a lot of them. A lot. She's even done a pelican. Can you believe it? Amazing. And sandhill crane. Now, the one thing I don't understand about sandhill cranes is if you're going to operate a crane, you wouldn't want it on a hill of sand. Okay? Just saying. Just saying. So there they are. Let's see if there's any comments. And nope, nothing yet. All right. Well, that's that. So if anyone's interested, just leave a little comment or comment below the video, and we'll see if we can do something. Alrighty then. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. And at the BK says, very nice. Yeah, she does wonderful work, and she's 85 years old. She'll be 86 in September. So, and she's having hip problems. And so I give a little prayer out there for my mom for the pain in her hip. So, yeah, well, she's kind of hip. Alrighty then. Well, there's that. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. Now let's go on over to Facebook-arama, the land of Zuckers, or whatever you want to call it. And here we go. Number 799. So Monday's show will be number 800. Oh, and you know what? I made a mistake when I was setting up the show. What Rumble does is they give you an option of previous shows to use as a template, and I usually change the number. And I was in such a hurry because of watching the kids, I didn't get a chance to change it. But however, now I went back in and changed it. So on my Rumble channel, it should say 799. So there's that. Oh, and also I talked to Andrew DiBishago. He called me the other day, and remember I told you that we were going to be doing a podcast about when Andrew met Jim Morrison from the Doors when he was 8 or 9 back in 1969. But he has told me that he says, cancel the podcast. I'm canceling all my podcasts because his doctor does not want him to do anything that raises his blood pressure. He's got really high blood pressure right now. So please send your prayers out to Andrew DiBishago as well. And hopefully we'll get him on the show soon. But yeah, so I was very sad to hear that, but you know, he's doing what he can to get better. So give him a little prayer. And then listen to this. Islam must adapt to Swedish values. Muslims who do not integrate must leave the country. Goodbye. Just say goodbye to them. They're never going to assimilate. They will lie and say they're gonna, and they won't. So just get rid of them. Oh, you know, one of the nice things about being out here in Wisconsin is they have the Oshkosh, what do they call it? the Oshkosh Air Show, or experimental aircraft. And this is the Wright brothers flyer. They got it to fly. So let's take a look at this. I've never been there. I've lived here for like 30 years, and 30 years? But I haven't even been there yet. Can you believe it? Oh, look, it's Rose Thistle Art, Catherine and Aaron. Awesome. Good to see you here. Thanks for your messages on the last show. Cap 78 Pack says prayers up for Andrew DiBishago, blood pressure control and ability to do shows. Yes, thank you. And there's Rose Thistle Artworks. That's her YouTube handle. Hi again. Awesome. Good to see you here. And Valeronian says if they leave Sweden, they'll come here. Well, hopefully not. We have to be showing them that we have to be showing them the door to get out, not bring them in. And then Kathy says, hi, Rose Thistle Art. And I got to go over there. Oh, is she over on Rumble? Oh, I have to do this. I haven't done this yet. Okay, I got to push this up. Okie dokie. Pinocchio. All righty, Aphrodite. Okay, and let's see. There it is. Hi, Rose Thistle Art. There you go. And Rose Thistle Art says, hi, Catherine, Aaron, Peggy, and Valeronian, Radiating Heart. Thank you very much. And Cap 78 Pack says, hello, Rose Thistle Artworks. And then Rose Thistle Art, she's saluting. Salute. And then Valerian says, hi, Rose Thistle Art. And then I said, hi, Rose Thistle Art. And then look, Rose Thistle Art is putting all kinds of radiating hearts and dancing bananas and Trump fight and the USA icon. And if you're on Rumble, you'll actually see those. For some reason, StreamYard doesn't translate those for some odd reason. We just don't know. It's a mystery. That's something we need to figure out or just live with. Wright Brothers takes flight at Oshkosh 2026. Let's check it out.
You are welcome to visit these aircraft.
Is it going to land safely?
Many of these airplanes are displayed right now in the view area.
There it is. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Took a red bear or what? Look at that thing. Wow. Very cool. So you head on out to Oshkosh Air Show and you'll see all these fabulous airplanes. And hopefully you won't see one crash. Hopefully. Right? So there's that. Okay, interesting, huh? Oh, and check this out. I'll probably get a copyright strike on YouTube for this, but this is just for educational purposes. Everyone should be educated on your Stray Cats song. So check this out. It's called Stampede. Check it out.
Speeding down the road like a tumbleweed. There's a showdown at high noon. Tonight I'm gonna rip it all up with the boys at the Hot Rod Gang Saloon. with the bride. There's so many cows in the old corral. Yippee-ki-yo-ki-yay. Stampede! 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 Well, speeding down the road like a tumbleweed.
They are touring now, so go check them out. I've seen them a couple times in concert, and they are fabulous. Rockabilly rules, baby. That's right. Oh, and check this out. You might want to show up in this car, although there's only one of them. That's Ed Big Daddy Roth's Beatnik Bandit show car. Look at that. Wow. Imagine pulling up in a car like that. Wow. Fantastic. Unreal. What a talent he was coming up with these awesome designs. Very cool. And here's one of our favorite Congress people, Brandon Gill. Let's see what he has to say here.
What we would like is objective history, history that is not infused with leftism and with Marxism. But as we learned at that hearing, those very same museum curators at the Smithsonian Institution believe that objectivity is an element of white supremacy. I mean, this is the kind of rot, intellectual rot, that these people have been pushing on a great American institution in order to indoctrinate young children, to change the way that the American people view our country, and ultimately to infuse American society with a type of cultural Marxism that pits one American against the other, that groups us into groups of oppressors and the oppressed. It's fundamentally un-American, but it's also just genuinely woke and insane. What we would like is
very insane, you might even say. Oh, look, my friend Wolfie put this out. Jeffrey Wolfgang Parnell, Vadolf Themler. Oh gosh, I gave myself the hiccups again. Her nose ring looks just like Adolf Hitler's mustache and her hair. Is this real? Is this person? What's funny is they'll dress up like this, think it's something original, and they'll go out and call anyone with a MAGA hat a Nazi when they look like this, and they act like that, like Nazis. And she even combs her hair the same way. Oh, there I go again. My Goonie. I'm sorry. You know, laughter is good. And when I was talking to Andrew, he said, he quoted somebody, said someone had made the comment that laughing is internal jogging. I love that. I can't remember who he said that, but laughing is internal jogging. Laughing is really good for you. It keeps you healthy. So yeah, that's hilarious. Yes, Valronian. Yes, a girl, you know what. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. Oh boy, I had my laugh. I had my internal jogging. I have a feeling I might get some more internal jogging. Oh, here we go. This is a 6-year memory. This is from 6 years ago, folks. And I produced it was at, in 2020. So it was at the height of, before the election. So it was the height of the Biden administration shenanigans. And we were fighting back with what? Memes. And I took it a step further. I thought, you know what? The Muppets were pretty effective teaching kids. Maybe a puppet could help normies learn about the truth. Check this out. Queppy.
Hello, My name is Queppy. How you doing today? Today we're going to talk about memes. Yes, you know, memes. We're changing the world, yeah. Memes rock. Dig, make meme, post, share. Remember to leave a potato when you steal a meme. Bah! Okay. Okay. Now we're going to share a bunch of memes, and you can share them too. Together we'll change the world to a better place. Where we go one, we go all. Okay? Oh yeah. So here's some memes for your pleasure. Pause it, screenshot, share. We change the world to a better place. Oh yeah. Remember, nobody's above anybody else. We're all equal here. So, where we go one, we go all. Thank you very much. Nice memes, huh? How do you like that? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
And that's the famous, maybe not so famous, Queppy. Of course, that's Peppy's brother. I couldn't use Peppy because that's the official mascot. I had to have a cousin or a brother, Queppy. Starts with Q. Today, in 1969, Apollo 11 returned to Earth. Look at that. And what a glorious thing that was to behold. It was so cool. Too cool for school, you might even say. From the Farmer's Almanac. Today, in 1969, the Apollo 11 returned safely to Earth after completing humanity's first journey to the surface of the moon. Well, you know, earlier incarnations of humanity or other intelligent people on this planet may have gone to the moon. However, we haven't detected any footprints or any, you know, and you know, maybe there is some, well, I guess there was some stuff they found there. And here's where I got the thumbnail for tonight from Jessica Marie Jones, the Eagle Nebula M16 in the constellation Serpens, taken at the Washington State Star Party through smoky skies. Wow, that's a pretty good result through smoky skies. Amazing. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, did you know this? John Tyler, the 10th U.S. president, born in 1790, still has a living grandson. Can you believe it? Our 10th president has a grandson still alive? Check this out.
Tyler is the grandson of U.S. President John Tyler, who was born.
10th President John Tyler had a child at age 63. His son, Leon Tyler, had a child at age 75, who is still alive today at age 94.
Wow.
Tyler is the grandson of U.S. President John Tyler, who was born.
10th President John Tyler had a child at age 63. His son.
Isn't that interesting? Well, I never would have guessed that. Isn't that something? They both had kids late in life. And that's what happens. You're your lineage goes further that way, I guess. According to the media, far right means you don't want to get beheaded by a migrant. You're against chopping off kids' body parts. Keep criminals imprisoned. Dead people shouldn't receive welfare. I guess I'm far right. I don't care what they call me. They hold no power anymore. These are all sensible positions. The Democrat Party has just been conquered by the radical left. Yeah, Elon Musk is really, he's very eloquent when he gets on camera, and these people are, you know, trying to get him on a gotcha moment, and he gotchas them. Astronomers have captured the birth of a planet for the first time. Now, I have to say, you know, okay, they saw something in a telescope. They're thinking it was a birth of a planet. Do we have any real way of looking into this? No. I mean, I don't see a star there. Do you? I mean, maybe it hasn't lit up yet. I don't know. Who knows? No clue, Mr. Magoo. But, you know, whenever they say, oh, we've discovered this and this is what it is, I just roll my eyes and go, yeah, it's so far away and we know so little about anything. Yeah, I'll wait till we know a little bit more. Oh, look at this. Maybe you put one of these model kits together if you're like my age. The Red Baron, the Boot Hill Express, and a Tijuana taxi. Now, these particular ones, the monogram custom car models, were very difficult to build. The pieces were very thin. It was very delicate. You had to be very careful, and the glue really wasn't very good back then. It's just that tester's glue. And no, I never sniffed it. That's the stupidest thing anyone could ever do. But I really wish that they would have had super glue back then, because that would have made model making so much easier. But yeah, fun model kits when you got them done. And the Red Baron had a chrome dome here. This helmet was chrome. Now, the actual show car did not have a chrome helmet top. It had a silver, painted silver. So actually the model kit was cooler than the original show car. So isn't that cool? And here is, they found ripples in space. And so let's take a look at this. Corbell, Jeremy. Uh-oh, buffering. Uh-oh, what's going on here? He's just staring into space there like he's frozen. Maybe if we click out and click on it again. Nope. Well, hold for processing, I guess. You know what? He's just going to talk about they discovered ripples in space that are like gravity waves, which is very interesting. And of course, Bob Lazar has been talking about gravity waves since 1989 when he came out. And now they've just discovered them recently because they started looking for them. And yeah, it's not gonna play. Sorry, Jeremy. And there's some with, well, I guess we'll have to do without that. The persistent Scott Pressler puts this out. Democrats can never talk about eating the rich again because they just voted against banning insider stock trading. They are the rich. Yes, they are. But they claim to not be, like Bernie Sanders. What a lunatic he is. Democrats finally caught red-handed in mass voter fraud. Let's check. I think this will work.
With the verified evidence that they are machine registering illegals, and those illegals are voting. Oh, Benny, thanks for having me. You're absolutely right. I've been talking about this through all my decades of service in Republican politics for free at the RNC, and trying to make that a centerpiece here of the work we do at the Department of Justice. And we are vindicated. I already knew this was happening. Now the governor of New Jersey has been forced to admit it, but they moved the goalposts even further from there is no fraud to there isn't much fraud to, well, the fraud didn't matter. It didn't sway the outcome of any elections. How do you know that, Governor Sherrill? There were several municipal elections in New Jersey that were decided by a handful of votes. Elections are decided by one vote sometimes in this country, and to brush that off is ridiculous. So we have opened up our own investigation here at the Department of Justice yesterday within hours of reading about this, and have demanded the identities of the individuals who were put on the rolls wrongfully to ensure that they've been removed, but also 400 plus of these individuals self-identified as non-citizens, and then they went ahead and voted. And this is after the left says, oh, this SAVE Act isn't necessary because it's already illegal to vote. Yeah, and it's also happening on a massive scale. And, I suspect it's much bigger than what was disclosed yesterday in New Jersey and in many other jurisdictions, because if it weren't, the 30 states or so that are fighting me on getting the voter roll so we can help avoid this type of situation wouldn't be fighting it. They'd be handing them over. We'd all be cooperating. Kumbaya. We'd be getting together and getting this done for the American people so that everyone has confidence. But instead, they're fighting. This includes some Republican states. I don't even understand that. And this should be a big wake-up call to all election officials. And I sent a letter less than 2 weeks ago to all of these election officials warning them that if they knowingly allowed non-citizens to stay on the voter rolls and vote, we would come after them at the Department of Justice. I was mocked. I got nasty letters back from secretaries of state. And in fact, we see that it was very necessary, and even more needs to be done.
This is facilitating a felony, a federal felony.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you going to do about the illegals that voted, that of course know that they're not American citizens? They went into rigged elections. They know they're not allowed to vote. Nobody stopped them. I guess there's a problem there, but those individuals made a choice and they committed a crime in America.
Well, I'm not going to call them illegals. They may be green card holders. It's still illegal for them to have voted, to be very clear, though. And so what I want to say about that is that we have been doing prosecutions here throughout the United States quietly. It's, you find them one at a time, and then you prosecute them one at a time. You have to go send either Homeland Security investigators or FBI to go take statements and then check. I mean, I just checked some lists that some activists sent me recently, and we're very careful before we accuse somebody of illegally voting. So first step, demand those names. Second step, verify that they voted. I don't trust anything New Jersey is telling me at this point. So, and then, they are subject to both prosecution as well as removal from the United States. And certainly when people come up for citizenship, they're asked that question, have you voted? And some people proudly say, well, yes, I did. I've been voting for years. That makes you ineligible to become a United States citizen.
With the verified evidence.
That's good to know. That's really good to know. Yeah. If they vote, they can't be a citizen. Wow. Yep. Oh, what's this? Facts are you know what. Just a reminder that Congress literally has to show photo ID to vote. Why can't we pass the Save America Act again? Yeah, right? They have to do it. We should have to do it. 100%. 100%. Imagine how little we'd actually have to be taxed if it wasn't all going to fraud. Yes. Well said. I can get behind that. Trump administration, let's see 50 ICE buses a day in Dearborn, Michigan, picking up the Islamic invading Muslim army. That's what they are. They just want to kill us all. That's really what they want to do. And Jeffrey Wolfgang Parnell says, just dig a big hole out in the woods. Well, yeah, Oh, here's something interesting. Remember the guy that we highlighted a couple shows ago that this movie maker thinks is Jim Morrison? Here he is. This is the guy, Frank X. We don't know his real name. Don't even know if his first name is is Frank, the one he's going by now, but up in upstate New York. Well, let's check this out. There's a like a fade from him to Jim Morrison of the Doors. So what do you think of this? I'd say I'm impressed. You know, look at the Y above his eyebrows right here, where the bridge of the nose goes up to the eyebrows. It's pronounced Y. Same thing. Not everybody has that so prominently like that. Look at that. Same exact. Amazing. I'd still say 50% chance in my view, my estimation. 50% chance it is him. So there it is. An intriguing mystery for sure. And what's this? By Peter Adelphio, North Carolina conservatives. Breaking FBI Director Kash Patel and CIA Director John Ratcliffe have just released a trove of documents proving that the FBI planted and tampered with evidence during the raid of President Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. They also knew that they didn't have probable cause to raid his home in the first place. But the Biden administration put enormous pressure on them to raid President Trump's home. Despicable and illegal. Anyway, a senior Biden official was quoted as saying, "I don't give a shit what the optics look like." Yeah, you don't care about the law either, do you, buddy? That guy needs to go to jail, along with Sleepy, Creepy, Crooked Joe. I don't care how old or decrepit he is. He needs to go to jail. Prison, even. Oh, look at this. From Australia. Check this out.
In prime time. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting for the first time in Australia and after 30 years of being lost in space, would you please welcome the one and certainly the only Dr. Zachary Smith.
Never fear, Smith is here.
He made a guest appearance on a dating show
Hello?
called Studs.
Well, I've been lost in space for 28 years and still haven't had a date.
Okay. All right.
Ladies
Thank
and
you.
gentlemen, presenting for the first time in
Bye.
Australia and after 30 years of being lost in space, would you please welcome the one and certainly the only Dr. Zachary Smith.
Never fear, Smith is here.
He made a guest appearance on a dating show called Studs.
Well, I've been lost in space for 28 years, still haven't had a date.
Legal prime time. Ladies and gentlemen.
Isn't that funny? He still looks like himself. Right? He still has that youthful look about him all these years later. How do you like that? And yes, the bat phone, that was Kathy, and she let me know that Chronaviewer is here. Here is Jim Morrison, born in 1943. He'd be 86 on December 8th of this year. Yeah, 83. Okay. Yeah, I think that's him. Could be him. I mean, 50-50 chance. That's what I give it. And Valerian says, so they all got their orders from an auto pen. Yeah, right. And I said, hi, Chronaviewer. And Chronaviewer says, hi, Aaron. So that's a little fun over there in Australia, down under. Lost in space action. And here is, let's see, mind-blowing history they don't want you to know. Yeah, this is very interesting.
So at 1900, the predominant theory of cancer was that it was parasites. And I have a ton of research showing before 1930 what they knew about cancer, and they believed it was parasites. They showed how it was parasites. Big names in academic medicine, that was the prominent belief. One of those big names is Dr. William Russell. He was a pathologist that we studied in medical school in the 70s. He saw what he called the characteristic organism of cancer. And he described parasites, right? This is 1890. He said, every cancer patient has this organism. It eats the cell from the inside out. Everything we see in cancer today, he described. He said, it's in all the cells of all the patients, in blood cells and interstitial tissue, every patient. That was echoed by other researchers. But what happened is by 1976, we studied William Russell, but we didn't get the right term because somebody had changed it in the textbooks over time. It no longer said the characteristic organism, which would have implied an infection. It said, oh, Dr. Russell saw these black things in cells of cancer patients. We call them Russell bodies.
No way.
Yes, that is how they do it.
Wow. Yeah. And we saw a lot of vocabulary changes when we were locked down, like the word pandemic, the word vaccine, all of it changed. And so they did it right there with parasites for cancer.
The original misnomer was virus. Virus in Latin doesn't mean a germ, it means poison. So at 1900, the predominant theory of cancer was that it was parasites.
Isn't that interesting? And if you want to get rid of parasites in your body, you don't have to do the parasite cleanse that everyone talks about. I mean, maybe you could, but you could just eat pumpkin seeds and fresh pineapple. Those are two good ways to get rid of your parasites, and pretty tasty too. A tasty way to do it. Only in America, we will stop a football game, drag out the measuring chains, and look at a play 15 times from 6 different angles to make sure we make the right call. But we won't verify the integrity of an election of the highest office of our nation. Imagine that. If we only would treat our elections half as serious as we treat a football game. Think about that. That's a really good analogy. I like that. That really, it really tells you everything right there, doesn't it though? Oh, and Valeronian says, semantic warfare, the war of words. Yes, it certainly is. And Gunther Eagleman put this out. He says, everyone knows the 2020 election was stolen. Everyone knows Joe Biden was an illegitimate president. Everyone knows Nancy Pelosi staged J6 to cover up the election fraud. It really happened, and people need to go to prison for it. Yes, thanks. Zeb Frazier put that out. Thanks, Zeb. You don't hear a lot of babies being named Zeb these days, do you? Maybe it'll become popular again. You never know. Look at this. It's a 3-year memory. Actually, it's longer ago than that. My son was hanging out with these friends in the neighborhood out in Egg Harbor when I lived in Egg Harbor. And they built this half pipe, they call them, for doing skateboard tricks. They also were allowed by these other kids' parents. Now, I don't see my son in this picture. He might be behind the thing, leaning down, or he might be taking the picture. I don't know. But the two standing kids, those are brothers, and those are two of the kids that he was friends with. But they got permission from their parents to build these things in their basement too. And I went in there to watch them, and it's like they had to duck to miss like light bulbs. Oh, a little cramped for space, but they had a blast, and good for them. And it's interesting that their parents let them do that. So that's kind of funny. Good old AJ. Oh, and what's this? From Susie Q put this out. Internet Bill of Rights. In 1865, 4 were sentenced to hang for conspiracy against the president. I think we'd have a lot more than 4 of them now if justice was as true as it was back then. Of course, there might have been more than 4 that needed it back then too. But I'll take 4. Let's get it going. There has to be something that will prevent some people from doing this in the future. If nothing happens, it's definitely going to happen again, over and over and over again. So we need to live stream it, pay-per-view. Can you imagine how much money they would make if they pay-per-viewed the hanging of people like Hillary Clinton and people like that? George Soros and other criminals. There's our last show. Wow, that was quick. We got through that quick, didn't we now? All righty, Aphrodite. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. By the way, alrighty, Aphrodite and okie dokie, Pinocchio are Truth Quest quotes. So if you repeat them, you're helping to spread the good word for Truth Quest. How do you like that? There you go. Alrighty then. Well, let's go over to X, because X marks the spot. There's some cool stuff over there, and you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Okie dokie, Pinocchio. Here we go. Oops. I'm going to click that right away. They're reminding me I haven't verified myself or become verified yet. Well, there you go. And there's our show. Oh, you know what? I'm going to try something. I'm going to refresh and see if it says 322. It's supposed to be 799. Let's see if it changes. If I refresh it. No, it's still 322. Well, that's odd. Well, I'm curious now. I may have to go change it again. Larry Cook, Dave Wolf shares Larry Cook's post. I'm an anti-vaxxer. I oppose all vaccines for 5 primary reasons. Number 1, they don't confer immunity. Number 2, they never saved us. Number 3, they're dangerous and cause untold harm and death. Number 4, the unvaccinated are healthier. And number 5, the vax industry is not liable for death and injury. It's just an open invitation for them to maim and kill without any repercussions. And they're all criminals. These vaccine companies have paid the biggest fines in history, but now they're not paying nothing. Jeez, you know. Oh, and Chroniviewer says 322 is the Yale Skull and Bones number. Oh, that's right. And then Captain Apex says, I follow Larry Cook. I agree with all of these, by the way. Oh, and let's see. RG, Mandami needs to be quiet. He's a worthless Muslim leech on humanity's ASS. Muslims call me Allah. You know me as Satan. Yeah, one and the same. Same dude. Same dude. Different name. And good news, James O'Keefe got his guns back that were confiscated from him when he recorded a gentleman threatening his life. So they took away his guns. That's un-American.
Got the guns back. West Palm Beach, Florida. They're in a box that said evidence. Evidence. They had like a little barcode scanner thing in there, and they were scanning like bread at a discount counter. It says evidence on it. It says West Palm Beach Police Department. Case number on there. They just had me sign some things, fill out some forms for guns I already purchased. This is involving the temporary restraining order against my news organization because I reported on a guy saying he wanted to kill me. I would kill him. I know it doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes any sense anymore. We're going to fight this unconstitutional restraining order, which we've successfully gotten the guns back. Now we're going to file an anti-SLAPP lawsuit against Matthew Tiermont to get him to pay for our attorney's fees.
Matthew Tiermont is his name. Now I just want to pause it for you because look in the background. You see that ladder? Now he could use that to take his case to a higher court.
We're back at the police station to get the guns.
Hello. It's me.
I'll have someone come for you.
Wish. Okay. Hello. We're here to pick up the guns.
Right, she's bringing them up. She'll be here in just a moment.
Okay, thank you. Did you happen to see this stuff? You looked into me?
Yes, I did.
Oh, what'd you think?
It was good.
You like it?
It was good.
Some investigative reporting, right?
Yes,
exposing some things. You see the guy that we filmed saying he wanted to kill me and all this business?
I would kill him. Yes, I do. But next time, tell me to get my hair on better.
Oh, you want your hair better?
Yes.
You got to get the hair in the shot. Hello. Yep. She wants the hair in the frame of the video.
She knows that.
What's your name, ma'am?
Leon?
Leon? Okay. And did you follow the case? What happened?
No.
No? Everyone was asking me at the dinner last night in Palm Beach with... So, as I'm getting my guns, the electrician is doing this thing, making loud noises. And there's a guy outside with a buzzsaw, and he's buzzing the paint right next to me as I'm getting the guns. I'm not surprised at all. I'm not getting surprised. How many restraining orders against journalists do you guys do here? No. You ever heard of that before?
All right, well, it goes on, but he got his guns back. That's good news. He only had 10 days to do it. Who's this, you might ask? Why, it's America's first slave owner and documented in colonial Northampton. Court records in 1654 was a tobacco farmer, Anthony Johnson, a black man. I guess he doesn't get reparations. His family won't get them, right? They already got something. I think they got like 47 acres and free land and stuff. Abraham Lincoln gave them reparations already. And remember this famous quote from Bush Sr. If the American people ever find out what we have done, they will chase us down the streets and lynch us. Yeah, pretty evil stuff that you did there, buddy. Look at this. Look at this. This guy was raised right. Look at this. Isn't that sweet? He's sharing the pedestal, the winner pedestal. Beautiful. Yes. That's awesome. Don't you think? Too cool for school. And here is Elon Musk. He's getting nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize for saving free speech.
One place where you can find out the truth.
Yes.
And
the only place.
Yeah.
So how much pressure, to the extent you can say, has there been on you to shut it down or to censor it?
Well, I mean, apart from the multiple Democrats saying that I should go, they want to put me in jail, take away all government contracts from my companies, nationalize my companies, deport me as an illegal, and have me arrested because I'm apparently Putin's best friend. Nothing besides those things. One place where you can find out the truth.
Yes.
And
the only place.
Yeah.
So
was that too loud, Cap 78 Pack? I'm very sorry about that. If it was. So isn't that neat? I wonder if he'll win it. Although, isn't that a corrupt organization because Trump hasn't won it yet? Oh, this is so cute. From Anonymous. Look at this. Porcupine. Let me eat my corn. Just wants to munch his corn in peace. Let him eat his corn, for heaven's sakes. Such a cute little animal. Prickly personality, though, you might even say. Oh, did you hear about this? Is this true? From John McAfee. It might not be true because someone, I don't know. A new law in California allows a person's next of kin to vote for them if they die within 6 months of a national election. Isn't this going to be like an incentive for these crazy lunatic left people to kill any relative they have that's Republican? Sick, if that's true. Now, I doubt that it's true because I just noticed who shared it. So I don't know. Who knows? A group of baboons is called a Congress. It's all clear to me now. Oh, yeah. Well, it explains a lot. Congress. A Congress. Oh, and look at this. We have a solar blast coming our way. Today, a coronal mass ejection launched from the sun towards Earth. And the northern flank is expected to impact us around July 28th. Here's the awesome visualizer. Look at that. And there's Earth right there, spinning around like a little marble. And look at this. On the 28th, it's going to get doused pretty darn good. Look at that. Look for the Aurora Borealis on the 28th, 29th. And maybe it'll go on a little longer than that. Looks like there's some afterwards, too. Possibly. Thanks, Stefan Burns. Shiloh Hendricks did nothing wrong. This woman, she was at a park. I'm sure you've seen the video. She had her little toddler with her, little child, and another little child stole something from her child. She got it back, and she was upset, and she said something, freedom of speech, and she called the guy filming this thing the N-word. And they went to court instantly on it, and she got guilty of a misdemeanor and jail time if she doesn't do like 200 hours of community service. Here's what they're going to do. This is in Minnesota, sadly, my home state. They're going to make her go into the deepest, darkest, blackest, or Muslim areas to do work and hopefully get her bumped up. That's what I think they're doing with this community service. So pray for her. She's a brave young woman and a superstar. We have freedom of speech here. You know, so a black person can call anybody, a white person or another black person, the N-word, and nothing happens. The white person says it. You can't have it that way. I'm sorry. That just doesn't fly for me. If anything, it's just a misdemeanor. You cannot get convicted like that on a misdemeanor. It's just ridiculous. Oh, look at this. Dudes posting their W's. This dude plays one of the most beautiful flute meditations imaginable in the middle of a field surrounded by horses. Let's listen to this.
Let's see if they like music. Let's see if they like music.
They really liked it. They really liked it. Look at that. They wanted to try it. He should have let them try. Here, just blow on this. They could probably do that. And there she is again with her kid. And Derek Evans says, it doesn't matter what Shiloh Hendricks said. The fact that she was charged and found guilty in a court for using non-threatening words should concern every American. This is an attack on free speech. Look at Europe and see how that's working out. Not working out good for the indigenous people there. Lincoln was murdered for freeing black slaves in 1865. In 2020, he was called a racist by Black Lives Matter. Yeah. And BLM stands for something else if you watched that Queppy show earlier. Trump is against everything we Muslims stand for. Yep. So are we. So are we. Oh, talk about the N-word. Here's Sleepy, Creepy, Crooked Joe years ago in the Senate.
Your big shots already have a nigger. Your big shots already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots. Already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big shots.
There's about 100,000 of them who are the predators. 100,000 of the kids you read about on the front page of the newspaper every day. Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing, a portion of them will become the predators 15 years from now. And Madam President, we have predators on our streets. They are beyond the pale, many of those people. We have no choice but to take them out of society.
Your big shots already have a nigger mayor. We don't need any more nigger big.
So why don't they get him for saying those N-words? Of course, he was in the Senate, and they can lie in there, and they can say anything they want. Nothing happens to them. Leah Rain. Oh, check this out. This is at a kindergarten book or library.
I have a question. Can anybody in this library tell me why this book about queers, lesbians, transgender people is in the kindergarten section?
It's not really divided by age group as far as kids. It's
Yeah, it is. I was told that's 5 years kindergarten.
okay.
Do you think kindergartners should be taught about LGBTQ and transgender? My taxpayers' dollars pay for this.
It's not for us to judge what.
It's not for you to judge.
There, camera on.
Yeah,
Is it live?
yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is live. Why? You got a problem with this? I have a problem. Children are being exposed to this at 5 years old. My tax dollars pay for this. It's not right. It's bullshit. And you think it's bullshit
A man is a
too.
man, a woman is a woman.
Right. 5 years old. I got it in that section. And Rainbow Book of the Month. 2 of my best friends are gay, so you can't come after me for that. But children should not. I already checked it out. Okay, I'm going to leave the library. This is the public library. They are doing this to 5-year-olds. 5-year-olds in the kindergarten section. Y'all should be pissed. Your tax dollars go to this.
Sickening. So sick. Shouldn't happen. Look at this. Oh, this is great. Is that real? Oh my.
Bro, this guy is really not driving his car right now.
My God. No spare.
Wow.
Oh!
Bro, this guy's car just bursted into flames in front of me, dude.
Oh my God. Take it out and run. Wow.
Anybody behind us?
You got my heart, got my mind.
Oh my God.
I think about you all the time.
He's got the perfect face for that compilation. It's so funny. Sad that that stuff happens, but it's a funny video. Did you see this?
This police officer stopped this woman for speeding, and when he asked for the reason why she was speeding, her answer left him completely speechless.
Where do you think you're going?
To the donut shop.
At 80 miles an hour?
I had to make sure I got there before you and make sure there was donuts left.
This police officer stopped this woman for speeding, and when he
had to get to the donut shop. Had to get there before you did. So they had some donuts left. I don't think that's real. This is a staged thing. Doesn't feel real, does it? I don't think so. Donald Trump, Canada disinvited the United States of America to the opening of the Gordie Howe Bridge, which is fine considering that they are paying substantial tariffs to the United States. But the original deal on the bridge, which was terribly negotiated by a previous administration, no longer stands. We changed the terms of the deal so that the United States of America now gets 50% of the profit. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Donald J. Trump, President Donald J. Trump. Oh yeah, don't you love it? He's doing a lot. Oh, this is good. This is really good. I'm gonna zoom in on this so it's a little bit bigger on the screen. Let's watch this campaign ad.
No, please don't do this. You don't have to do this. Please, I just want to be able to afford a tank of gas so I can drive to work and feed my family.
You just want some gas.
You can have all the gas you want, but first you must defeat the California machine.
Please, I have young kids. All I'm asking for is a reasonable cost of living, nothing else.
The machine doesn't give a damn about you and your family.
Uh-oh. Another wildfire.
Please don't do this to me. I'm a nurse. Me and my husband just want to buy a home together.
A home? In this economy?
Everyone can own a home, but only once they get past the machine.
Yeah.
Enough is enough. You shouldn't have to fight for your life just to fill your tank, keep the lights on, and put a roof over your family's head. We don't have to live like this. Enough is enough. 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 Enough is enough.
That's a great campaign ad for Steve Hilton for governor of California. Let's hope that he wins. Liz Churchill, anti-white double standard on full display. Irina's black killer was ruled incapable of standing trial for her murder, which was filmed, while Shiloh got convicted for using words towards the black guy who filmed her after his child stole from her bag. It's so stupid, so bad, so bad. And then what's this? So I love American news. The Constitution is hamstringing the government. Correct. That's what it's supposed to do. It's working perfectly if that's the result. And what's this? The meme king. Oh, they want this covered up. So let's see why they want this covered up. I don't understand why they want this covered up, but we'll check this out. He caught the phone. Watch this. This is how it was filmed. It's pretty cool filming. So why would they put a adult thing on there? I don't get it. It's just a guy in swimming trunks accidentally kicking a phone. I don't see anything that's adult here. So weird. So weird that they cover stuff up. It's not a hijab. It's a diaper for people with SHIT for brains. Oh, yeah. Now it makes sense. Now I understand. Cat turd. Hard to believe that it's already been a year. Hulk Hogan passed away 1 year ago today. So incredibly sad. And I think he was killed. August 11th, 1953, he was born. July 24th, 2025. Very sad. And boy, that performance he gave at the RNC, legendary. Just gives you chills. What a patriot he was. What a cool guy. And we miss him. We miss that guy. And look at this. Interesting. Here's the guy in a wheelchair.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, there goes that Spider-Man.
Hero steps up.
He's got radioactive blood. Can he swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Hey there goes that Spider-Man. It's a deal of night at the sea.
Faith in humanity is restored again. Yeah, this guy was going so slowly on his wheelchair, and this guy came out, pushed him along, got him out of harm's way, just in the nick of time. And look at this. I didn't expect this from a blue city. Leftism is a mental illness. Turn off the TV and get help. Perfect. What's this? This is great. This guy is an animal. Let's see what he found in the Grand Canyon. And it's Mr. Mountain Beast. Check it out.
Guys, all I can keep saying is this place makes absolutely no sense. We're almost to the lion monolith, but look what I spot down below.
Look at that. Grand Canyon.
We're getting closer.
It's a forbidden area.
So much that makes zero sense. Like all those cliff faces are completely cut off. This one's cut off. That one's cut off. That whole top of the mountain was sheared off, except to block. There's another altar there.
Look at that.
I guarantee you these were
Look
altars.
at that. Wow.
Either they had machines to cut stone, robots, or that's all they did the second they were born. That's all anyone did. I've been all over the world, and this is the most confusing place ever. Like even this little ledge was all carved out. And then there's a square. Like make it make sense.
Wow.
What's the purpose of that?
Incredible.
And then a random stairway. Like what the heck?
Isn't that interesting? And the Mountain Beast, check him out. He does some incredible work. He hikes into forbidden areas and films. Wonderful. You know, there's parts of the Grand Canyon you're not supposed to go, and that's why. You'll find out that there was ancient civilizations living there and carving up the rocks. Fun fact from B-52 buff and Juanita Broderick. Fun fact, there are no Walmarts in Iran. There are only Targets. Yeah, only Targets. Oh, yeah. And Donald Trump put this out actually quite a while ago. I remember this. This is a while back. But check this out.
We've all heard about the major systems in our bodies, like the digestive, respiratory, nervous, and cardiovascular systems. But there's one essential system discovered in the 90s that you probably never heard of. It makes all of the other systems work smoothly with each other. Like a conductor ensuring the different sections of an orchestra all play a beautiful symphony together. This system is called the endocannabinoid system. It has been acknowledged and studied by scientists extensively with support from the National Institutes of Health. As we age, the system weakens. As a result, the different systems in our body stop working together smoothly. That's one of the reasons older adults struggle with pain, inflammation, cognitive decline, and other ailments of aging, for which doctors often prescribe dangerous and addictive pharmaceuticals. They also recommend lifestyle remedies, such as exercise, good diet, and stress management. And while all these improve the system, it is only fractionally and over a long time. But here's the game changer. The system can be restored faster using hemp-derived CBD. When the system is restored, pain subsides, sleep is improved, and stress is reduced. When the system is restored, disease progression can slow down, and years are added to your life, as well as years spent in good health. And 20% of seniors are already using CBD today for pain, arthritis, cancer symptoms, sleep disorders, Alzheimer's, and many other ailments of aging. But doctors are not equipped to provide guidance, and there are no FDA standards for what is already in the market today. Imagine if that were the case for other medications. Older adults are suffering needlessly. Hemp-derived CBD can help them feel better, live longer, and improve their quality of life significantly.
A PricewaterhouseCoopers report estimates annual cost savings for the U.S. nearly $64 billion a year if cannabis is fully integrated into the healthcare system.
The groundbreaking 2018 Farm Bill, championed by President Trump, was the first step. Now it's time to educate doctors on the endocannabinoid system, provide Medicare coverage for CBD, and give millions of seniors the support they deserve. You will deliver the most important senior health initiative of the century, cementing your legacy and transforming aging care. Millions everywhere will thank you.
Isn't that interesting? Boy, who would have ever thought, right? But there it is. And this is from, I reposted from somebody. If people can go to prison for lying to Congress, then shouldn't members of Congress go to prison for lying to the people? Good point, Snoopy. Hey, wait a minute. Look, Snoopy's got a double right here. Hold on. Hold on there. What's going on here? Wait a minute. There's Linus there. There's a Linus. There's a Linus. I guess there's, oh, in here too. It looks like cloning in the cartoon world too is something that's happening. Something you got to watch out for. Something you got to watch out for. Why are we fighting Iran? This is why. Check this out.
Base, presiding over a ceremony that is very sacred to those of us who served, and that is a dignified return of remains from the war zone. And that process happens beginning in the war zone through Dover to the hometown of our fallen heroes. I participated in many of those ceremonies myself, to include carrying friends of mine off the plane. One of those is on this bracelet. He was cut in half by an Iranian EFP. This regime that we are fighting does not care about our partisan politics. They don't care who you voted for, who you pray to, or where you live. They want to kill all of us. And they don't just say it, they actually do it. And they've been doing it for 47 years. This is a war of choice. The Democrats are correct. It's a war of choice that was begun by a radical, lunatic band of terrorists that took over a beautiful nation 47 years ago. Took it over with brutality, force, and savagery. And the second they took it over, they didn't free their people. They didn't unleash the largest oil reserves in the world to build schools and bridges. They took it over to murder their own people and to spread their disgusting ideology across the world, and that is exactly what they have been doing. They don't just say it and talk about it. You don't have to believe what they say. You can simply watch what they've done. They have attacked families, women, children, innocent people. They don't just attack them and kill them. They rape them. They skin them alive on camera. They celebrate it. They honor those people who do disgusting things that we would put in jail for the rest of their lives in this country. And they do it for fun, and they pay them money to do it, and they're heroes to that nation. They've done it to friends of mine. They've done it to families who've been in this chamber. And the fact that we sit here and listen to elected officials of this country defend these lunatics who want us all dead. They want all of you dead. They want all of us dead. They don't want us to disappear with a snap of a finger. They want us to be raped, burned alive, and cut into pieces. Watch the video from October 7th. That's what they want to happen from Maine to San Diego, from Seattle to Miami. They want this country turned into a burning husk of its former self. And you don't have to theorize that. That's what they do. From the 1983 barracks bombing, where 280 Marines were vaporized in a morning, from USS Cole to the Achille Laurel to every terrorist attack, from the Houthis, Hezbollah, Hamas. These are not humanitarian freedom organizations. They are death-dealing cults, and they want all of us to die brutal deaths. William Buckley was abducted in 1985, an American military officer. He was skinned alive on camera by the Iranians. American prisoners of war who were captured. They were never called prisoners of war because they were captured by lunatic terrorists, so they were not subject to the Geneva Convention. They were captured and murdered, power drills through their brains. This is in Iraq. These are families that have dealt with this, and they've never gotten a single dime. These families have never gotten restitution, and not a single president has ever stood up to them. Love Donald Trump or hate him, love his policies, hate ICE, love ICE, whatever. There's never been a single president who has stood up to Iran and hit back. For 47 years, our troops and our families have been absorbing attack after attack after attack all over the world. And their radical ideology does not stop at the Persian Gulf. It doesn't stop at Tel Aviv. They want to do this everywhere. It's a global radical ideology. And we've been fighting it for half a century. We didn't start this war. We did not, but we will finish it. And forever wars are not popular with anybody these days. Both sides of that, I love to attack our forever wars. And I can promise you, being someone overseas wearing the uniform, when you're fighting for your country, you don't care what party's in office, but you're fighting to defend your country. And you turn on the news and see your elected officials stabbing you in the back, telling you that you're failing, that you've failed every goal of the war. Is what I just heard. Last time I checked, we've wiped these bastards out. An occasional missile strike and boats in the straits, that's not military strength. Those are the flailings of a failing empire. Those are the flailings of a nation in collapse because they deserve it. So I encourage our colleagues on both sides of the aisle, whatever's politically convenient, whatever plays well on Twitter or Facebook, think about the people who are deployed right now, standing on that wall with a loaded weapon, who have volunteered to defend our country and our way of life. Because they are there defending us in a just war. Because we did not start a war with the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. They started it with us 47 years ago, and their attacks have gone unanswered for half a century. It's time to fix this problem and make sure another generation of Americans does not have to fight this murderous, savage adversary. Thank you, Mr. President.
That's right. You know, I am basically anti-war, but that country does need what's happening and probably a little bit more, or a lot more. Kurt Russell says he never worked with Tom Hanks for the same reason he never worked with Harvey Weinstein or went to a P. Diddy party. I have common sense. This is how a grown man in Hollywood talks. Kurt Russell just made it clear he has never worked with Tom Hanks. We already said that. And while Hollywood has spent decades looking the other way or actively associating with the worst people in the industry, Russell kept his distance. He's always been one of the smarter, more grounded voices in the business. And this is just more proof. Tom Hanks has spent years surrounded by questions, rumors, and shady connections. Kurt Russell saw it coming and stayed far away. Common sense is rare in Hollywood. Russell still has it. Share this everywhere so every celebrity who still pretends they don't know sees what real judgment looks like. That's actually really a good point. And look, he looks like a fine, upstanding man. This guy looks like a pervert, like a disgusting, murdering pervert and pedophile. Disgusting. Terrible guy. Looks like he has makeup on too. What a gross guy. Here's what vaping looked like back in the old days from Juanita Broderick. I really like Juanita Broderick's posts. They really make a lot of sense. Yes, Vicks Vapor Rub. That's what vaping was like back then. Oh, you're sick? Your mom put it on your chest and all night long you smelled that crap. Supposedly it cleared you up. I don't know if it did or not, but it sure stunk. It sure stunk. And this is Eric Doherty. And this is a little video about Tim Walz.
Do you guys remember Melissa Hortman, the Minnesota state rep that had her life taken from her by Tim Walz's aide after voting to take away health care from illegal immigrants?
She was unalived in her home by Vance Bolter, who was later caught after a manhunt. He then sent a letter to the FBI and Kash Patel saying that it was Tim Walz who forced him to do it. Both Vance Bolter and his wife worked for Tim Walz for years in different states. Was Melissa Hortman unalived because she voted against a multi-billion-dollar money laundering fraud? The fraud that she voted against that heavily implicated illegal aliens, specifically Somalians, who have been racketing this kind of childcare, healthcare rackets and cooperating with our corrupt government. And today it's breaking news that the money laundering scam in Minnesota of billions of dollars for healthcare offices, child daycares, Medicaid, and various forms of care agencies. These money laundering frauds have been exposed, and it all comes back to Tim Walz.
I did what leaders do. I stepped up and I got the job done for the people of Minnesota.
Very shortly after this, she was unalived in her home by Vance Bolter. Vance Bolter and his wife worked for Tim Walz for years in different states.
Yeah. So I sure hope there's a grand jury going on right now with Tim Walz defending himself. There's nothing to defend. I mean, he's guilty. Joseph Rainey, Republican. I was born a slave in 1832. In 1870, I became the first black man in the U.S. House. I was a Republican. Yep. How do you like that? Take that, Democrats. You're not the liberating party. The Republicans are. They always have been. Elon Musk, 0 stories is a low number. Yes. End wokeness. 3 people were just executed in St. Paul, Minnesota by Tesgab Biznu. Race was a motive. 0 AP stories about the executions. 0 PBS stories about the executions. Sick. Look at this freak. I hope he gets what he gave to those people. That's would be appropriate, I would believe. Oh, and Netanyahu's former personal security guard caught in Chris Hansen child predator sting after allegedly attempting to rape a 15-year-old boy. We're not going to listen to this. It's disgusting. But this is Netanyahu's former personal security guard. And there's a lot of allegations that these Israelis, you know, when they're over here, they get caught, they run to Israel and they hide out there. There's no extradition. With all we've done for Israel, there's no extradition? Come on. There needs to be. They're pedophile protectors. And this guy here is scumbag. Anyway, there's that. Oh, here's Anonymous with the Save America Act. And let's play this short video.
Hi, this is Senator John Thune. Thank you for calling my office. If you would like to leave me a message, please press 1. If you would like to hear general information about office locations and services. Hi, this is Senator John Thune. Please leave a detailed message containing your name, address, and phone number or email address where we can reach you. I appreciate you calling. We will get back to you as soon as possible.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hello, Senator Thune. I'm calling to ask you to please get the Save America Act passed. Thank you very much. That took less than a minute. President Trump has asked Americans to respectfully contact Senator Thune and ask him to get the Save America Act passed. I worked in the U.S. Senate during the 100th Congress, and here's something many people don't realize. You don't need to make a long speech. Your message will be logged and your position recorded. At the end of the day, the senator is often given a tally. How many people called in favor? How many people called against? The senator will probably never hear your individual message. He will receive the tally. If you support the Save America Act, take a minute. Make the call, be respectful, let your voice be counted. My friends, we are all anonymous.
That's right. I have not done that yet, but I will. Probably tomorrow. Now listen to this. I think we talked about this before from Massimo. Killer whales can talk, apparently.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Orca whale.
Amy. Hello. 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 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Isn't that sweet? Smart animals. And here's that letter, Vance Bolter, taking his orders from Tampon Tim to kill. He also told him to kill Amy Klobuchar because Tampon Tim wanted to take her seat over in the Senate. Isn't that sickening? It's really disgusting. LOL, true, says Cat Turd. Mike Bales, Chick-fil-A never lets me down. Chick-fil-A has 37 cars in a line with a wait time of just 1 minute, 54 seconds. The workers make it rain condiments on me and treat me like I'm their favorite cousin. Meanwhile, McDonald's has 2 and 2.5 cars in line and a wait time of eternity. The workers make it seem like their condiments are bricks of gold and treat me like I'm the stepdad they blame for their parents' divorce. Yeah, isn't that good? Interesting. Chick-fil-A. I've never been to one of those. I don't have them around here. And here's more about that story. And here's Elon Musk talking to this woman on E, I think. Check this out.
You support not just the populist right, but the far right. In fact, very fringe parties in some countries.
No, I support the normal people.
Okay.
What do you call the far right? Falsely.
You think is the normal person. Okay.
Yes. Literally, you could go back 10 or 15 years, and these policies were completely normal. In fact, one of the tricks that I think is funny. One thing that's quite funny is to like take a speech from Obama and Hillary, and then go to someone and say, who's sort of on the sort of what I call the lunatic left, and say, what do you think of the speech by Trump? I'm like, oh wow, he's the worst person ever. Actually, that was a speech by Obama, or actually, that was a speech by Hillary.
I
Literally.
agree. No, I agree that the center of gravity in this country has shifted. Certainly, the Democratic Party shifted to the left. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people like Rupert Lowe.
Not
I'm
fringe
talking
right,
about
please.
people.
It's actually just normal people. It's just normal people. It's just normal people. And and here are the principles. And tell me which of these sound terrible. That we should have secure borders. That we should have safe cities. That we should have sensible spending. Which of those three are far right
Those
fringe?
three? No,
And I would like to just admonish you and the media for the absurd characterization of the far right. It is false and misleading and nonsense. Please keep this part in.
We'll keep all of this in. Let me
Don't cut this part.
That's great. Please leave this part in, because you know they always cut something out, but it looks like it made it through, unless that's his copy. Oh, look at this. Palm Beach Pete. He's interviewed in this podcast, and listen to what he says. Listen to what he said.
Anyone is welcome on Palm Beach Island.
No,
it's an open island.
I'm not talking about Palm Beach Island. I'm talking about that island you owned with that square house, the blue and the white one.
I owned that island.
You wish you owned that island.
I wish I owned that house. If I owned that island, I wouldn't be here. I'd be in Europe for the summer in Saint Tropez with some really beautiful women and just living life to the fullest.
Women?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. They were pretty young.
Anyone is welcome on Palm Beach Island.
No,
it's an open island.
I'm not talking about Palm Beach Island. I'm talking about that island you owned with that square house, the blue and the white one.
Isn't that telling? Look at that. Is he Palm Beach Pete, or is he Epstein? Muslims living in Christian countries. Look at, they're living good life there. Stealing from everybody, and Christians living in Muslim countries, Christians dying in Muslim countries. Yes, this is the difference. We need to get rid of them all of them, and then pay your bills, you bum. Yes, Fox News politics stiffed in Obama Presidential Center. Plumber subcontractor has now suspended operations and laid off 25 workers amid an almost $4 million payment dispute. Yeah, isn't that just something else? Some more James O'Keefe, and we're going to skip past that. Here's Scott Pressler.
Hell yeah! Woo! You guys are the best! Yeah, this is incredible! Hell yeah! Woo!
I think that might be AI. Here's a woman talking about getting men out of the women's
And
bathrooms.
privacy in bathrooms and locker rooms. And fairness in my sport. That's it. This was never just about a bathroom. The same rule that lets a boy into girls' bathrooms lets a boy onto girls' teams. I am not alone. Not in Wisconsin or in America. The voice of girls have risen so high, it reached the Supreme Court on June 30th. The highest court in the land ruled that Title IX is biological sex, not gender identity. And the way I see it, that's just common sense. Gender identity is a feeling. Title IX doesn't protect feelings, it protects girls. This board told us that the Supreme Court ruling would guide your decision. Title IX would matter, and still, nothing but another broken promise. I thought you guys would have to do the right thing, but once again, I was wrong to believe that you actually care about real girls. You have lawyers in federal court asking a judge to throw our case out before anybody has to hear a word of it. And I read what your side filed. It says the Supreme Court left this up to the states. It says Wisconsin hasn't decided. And it says this district chooses not to protect girls. Chooses. That's their word, not mine. So every time somebody in this room says your hands are tied, your own lawyers already told a federal judge that isn't true. Your plans for us. It's written down. More single-stall bathrooms. And you'll excuse us for being late to class. A hall pass. That's it. That's what the adults came up with. A boy is in our locker room, and your answer is that we don't get in trouble for being tardy. I stopped using the bathroom in my own school. I've had people threaten my life. I turned 17 while strangers online talked about what they'd like to do to me. And some of the adults who work in this building joined in on it. Here's the truth. You already know I'm right. Most of the girls in this school feel the way I do. If you didn't know that, you wouldn't be so secretive. I know voices would be louder if they weren't intimidated by the haters who support most of them. The messages, the names, the threats, grown adults, people who work in this district, people are supposed to look out for me and for us. Going online to go after a teenager who is asking for privacy. It's pretty gross, actually, but somebody has to stand up, and that somebody is going to be me. I can take it. I'd rather take it than have some 14-year-old freshman too scared to speak up in her own school. And what makes all of this so stupid is how easy it was. One student wanted a private bathroom. This school has 4 of them. One of them is usually for the teachers in the teacher's lounge. Give him one. Every other girl keeps what she's had. Nobody's embarrassed, nobody's on the news, and it's over by lunch. Our lawyer said that in April, you moved 200 girls instead of 1, and then you hired attorneys to keep it that way. I don't understand is why this is still hard for you. You're the adults. You're supposed to protect us. The winds are changing. You can feel it. The Supreme Court, Riley Gaines, girls standing up all over the country, and all of the ones right here who are just waiting until it's safe to say what they really think. That's the way this is going. Everyone in this room knows it. School starts in 3 weeks, so I'll ask you this question I walked in with. Have you spent any real time figuring out how to protect the girls in this district? Everyone here deserves an answer to an easy question. Heck, I'm just a kid and I figured it out. It's really that simple. Thank you.
Eloquently said. Nevada voter fraud exposed. We all know about that. Murkowski, piece of you know what. And listen to this. Oh, this is another reason we need to get rid of all of these Muslims out of the country. Ship them out and never let them return.
Ya Akram al-Akramin, the word, and with the decree of yours, you will annihilate them. Ya Rahman Rahimin, you annihilated. And you destroyed the likes of Ad and Thamud and Fir'aun. These are the Fir'auns and the Ad and Thamud of today. Ya Rahman Rahimin, we ask you, Ya Allah, destroy them, Allah. Take them off the surface of this earth. Ya Rahman Rahimin, Ya Akram al-Akramin.
على القوم الكافرين اللهم انصر الإسلام وأعز المسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين اللهم انصر عبادك الموحدين اللهم انصرهم على القوم المجرم أحصهم عددا اللهم اقتلهم بددا ولا تغادر منهم
اللهم يا ربنا إنهم يجاهدون في سبيلك اللهم إنهم يجاهدون في سبيلك اللهم انصرهم يا رب العالمين اللهم انصرهم على أعدائهم يا رب العالمين اللهم عليك باليهود اللهم عليك باليهود وأعوانهم فإنهم لا يعجزونك اللهم احصهم عددا اللهم احصهم عددا واقتلهم بددا ولا تغادر منهم أحدا يا رب العالمين
عليك بالصليبيين اللهم عليك بهم فإنهم لا يعجزون ما عليهم يا رب العالمين.
Okay, we're not going to listen anymore of it. It's just basically they're a bunch of murdering lunatics. We need to get them out of the country. They should be out of every country. They should be banned in every country, and they should lock them up for life. And this is an old video. I remember I played this a while back. Bagpipes during Muslim call to prayer. More of this, please, but we're going to need more than bagpipes too, folks.
Ready?
If you look at him, he's got a glow around him. I don't know if that's an artifact of the camera and since he's dark against a light background, but that's pretty impressive. He's got like a angel halo over him. Maybe that's what's protecting him. I like that. I like it a lot. Oh, and what's this? Oh, please, please, yes, Juanita Broderick. Dr. Maouf. Switzerland has banned the Najib and the burqa, Najib and the burqa, and refuses to recognize Islam as a religion. Should more countries follow Switzerland's lead? Yes, all of them. Every single one of them. These people are heathens. They're murdering heathens. Oh, so we're going to ignore, look at this. So we're going to ignore the fact that Palm Beach Pete bought Epstein's New York townhouse.
Hey guys, it's Palm Beach Pete. And when I went on state, because I usually went on state, I'm going to buy this beautiful townhouse in New York City. Probably the best townhouse in New York City.
Isn't that interesting?
Hey guys, it's Palm Beach Pete. And when I went on state, because
he's not distancing himself from Epstein. He's trying to become Epstein if he isn't already. And this gentleman here, let's see, what's his name? Danny Sheehan. He's been a UFO guy for years. Listen to what he says.
If in fact the full information that is in the hands of our executive branch about the UFO phenomenon are fully revealed, it will reveal that there's an entire non-human civilization that completely surrounds our entire solar system here in our galaxy that is being concealed from us by the national security state. And not only that, but there's direct communication going on between the national security state with this extraterrestrial civilization, and it's being concealed from us. Anybody who thinks that isn't of major importance to you in your generation is not paying adequate attention. If in fact the full information that is in the hands of our executive branch about the UFO phenomenon are fully revealed, it will reveal that there's an entire non-human civilization that completely surrounds our entire solar system here in our galaxy that is being concealed from us by the national security state. And not only that, but there's direct communication going on between the national security state with this extraterrestrial civilization, and it's being concealed from us. Anybody who thinks that isn't of major importance to you in your generation is not paying adequate attention. If in fact the full information.
Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? James O'Keefe, and there's our last show. We're going to call it a night, folks. I want to thank everyone who came along. Thank you so very much. We do this Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday nights at right around 9 p.m. Central. Why? Because we're just downrange of strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. So keep your cameras and phones pointed to the skies so you can take a picture of that crazy UFO and come on to the Truth Quest and talk all about it. We would love to hear your UFO story because that's kind of what we dig. We dig it. So come on and talk about it. Until then, we'll see you on Monday, right around 9 p.m. Central. Peace in. That's world peace, baby. Yeah. Thank you very, very much. And it looks like Kathy already said good night, everyone. And I said, thank you all so very much. Some hearts. 1, 2, 3. 3 hearts. And Valeronian says, thank you, Aaron. You're welcome, buddy. And Cap 78 Pack, Peggy Dancer says, thank you, Aaron, for a great show tonight. God bless you all. Much love. Peace in. Have a great evening and weekend. See you Monday night. Awesome. Valeronian says, good night, fellow Truth Questers. Awesome. And we'll see you on Monday. That's fun day at the Truth Quest. Until then, peace in. World peace, baby. Yeah.